Hey everybody, this is Grumpy Old Guy Gaming. Welcome back to our continuing playthrough of Wizardry, Tale of the Forsaken Land RPG here on the PlayStation 2. Gonna load up. Last time we hit level 5. A couple of our party members hit level 6. We made it all the way to the swordsman at the back end of the first level of the labyrinth, where he taught us the allied actions just in time for us to turn around and have a bit of an encounter with Virgo. And so we stood up for all things good and right and just in the world, stared Virgo down, and apparently earned ourselves a bit of a reputation. Kasta was sent back into town by the swordsman to exalt our good deed before the swordsman up and died. So let's go ahead to the bar Luna Light and see what's happening. Gonna walk in. Says when you entered the tavern, a bunch of men approached you. One says you're Agog, right? Heard from Kasta. He said you whooped Virgo's ass. Well, certainly a way of putting it. We're great all of a sudden. People will beg to be in your party now, all because we stared down one character once. Another warrior says, man, it feels good. She attacks you just because your eyes meet. Look away and she throws a spell at you. Kinda sounds like she's attacking either way, doesn't it? You wouldn't believe all the trouble she's caused all of us adventurers. She's scarier than the demons there. I want to make a toast to you. So yeah, we're getting a hero's welcome here. Comes some samurai looking guy with an axe. He says, but be careful, Virgo's the kind to hold grudges. We've noticed that. After hearing that, everyone in the tavern started speaking. Well, isn't that pretty amazing? Being hated by Virgo, man. Yeah, everyone hates Virgo, but it's hard to be hated by her. Well, I mean, you know. So they're just gonna keep extolling us a bit here. We could get more jobs from the townspeople. That's the important thing. We could get more quests. We could progress further on now. So the entire tavern just keeps cheering and toasting. Before we sit and have a drink, let's check out the old quest list. See where Keo and Ricardo's quests are. It now says complete there in red ink, and we do have some more quests. We have Lisa with Charm to Fulfill a Love, Lydia with Help My Boyfriend, and nothing else at the moment, so let's take a look at those. This one's offering 300 experience and a hair ornament. Client is Lisa. She says, please retrieve a pixie's wing needed to perform Pixie's Charm. It is a charm that will fulfill a love. Before we accept this, let's go ahead and take a look at our party real quick, just on the off chance that we have one. We do not, but I'm sure we could find one easily enough. So we'll accept the quest now. Girl trotted toward the counter. Says, you accepted my quest, right? Pixie's Charm is a ceremony that fulfills love. She needs a pixie's wing to perform that charm. She smiled embarrassingly as she said the charm. Her name was Lisa Cassandra. She is a medicine woman. Don't see a name tag, so it's a good thing they told us. Now we get our sad music falling in. It says, she fell in love. It has been one-sided for many years. His name is Radek. His family is the head of the Imperial Knights. Of course, he is a knight himself. He saved her life from a monster when she was still a student. It was love at first sight. Ever since then, she couldn't stop thinking about him. She says, you could feel this like this just thinking about someone you like. I feel like I forgot this feeling for a long time, like I was in a deep sleep. Lisa closed her eyes as she was moved by her own words. After a short while, her face clouded and she looked down. An elite Imperial Knight and a nameless medicine woman. It was never meant to be, she whispered in a faint voice. So she asks us to give her some courage, shine the light of the full moon on a pixie's wing immersed in sweet nectar, then you write the name of the person you like on it in rouge and bury it under a big tree. So that would be the pixie's charm, and she needs us to retrieve a pixie's wing from the dungeon. Easy enough, I suppose. Now we have a quest from a client, Lydia. Says, I'm ashamed of telling, but my dumb boyfriend started some kind of stupid business. Please do something to set him straight. This one's offering 350 experience and a magic stone. The woman says, wait. Woman you have never seen obstructed your path. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it's kinda tough to say you've never seen her. Because if you look just past her left shoulder there at the bar right next to the bartender, that's her. Like, she's the most noticeable figure in this picture. Always stands out right next to the bar there. Says, nice to meet you, I'm Lydia. I saw you taking my quest. Yeah, you're right there. You probably already know this, but my boyfriend has started a stupid business inside the labyrinth. I want him to quit, but he doesn't listen to me. We both used to be teachers at the school for bishops in this town. Ah, cool, fellow bishop. But when the school was destroyed in the flash, he changed. He starts a dumb business, doesn't do well, and quits. He's been repeating this loop. Now he's capturing monsters and selling them at his monster shop. It's so pathetic that I can't stand it. Lydia sighed deeply. She goes on to say, I know that it won't work and he'll just quit again. So I want to make him give it up now. But I don't know how to make him quit. I'll let you handle it. So please make him stop his monster shop. I'm so thankful that someone would take this pathetic job. Please keep this quest a secret from him. Okay, certainly a strange way to go there, but you got what you got, right? Let's head back. Don't believe we have any other business in town right now, so off to the labyrinth we go. Before we go anywhere, Kasta comes running up to us. Says, I told everybody about you guys so you can have new members in your party. That's cool. Says, huh? Uh-oh. Kasta walked around the party looking for something. He wondered why the swordsman was not with you. Kasta says, hey, tells me, where's B-Master Swordsman? Kasta's round eyes stared straight at you. Hi. So, bit of a quandary here. You have to decide how to answer to him. You could either tell him the truth that the swordsman died, or tell him that he's traveling. You know, honestly, I've never once chosen the traveling option. I don't think I will here either. After all, Kasta has been fairly square with us. I think we should be the same. Kasta goes, the Master Swordsman be dead? Eyes already knew. Master's health was getting worse. It is a struggle to speak in this broken English. I prefer my own broken English. But I's not gonna cry, no matters what. Master says one day we's meet again. So I's gonna smile, I's gonna go home and train. I's gonna get stronger and have my master be proud of me. Well, that's nice. So Kasta bids us a fond farewell, and we head back into the dungeon. Now we have ourselves 5 slimes. They're friendly, so we'll just let them be. Hey, wouldn't you know it? That one did the trick. We left the friendly slimes go, and our priest is back up to good alignment. See, I heard that flapping behind us, so I knew just to get to the wall here, so we didn't get attacked from behind. Now we've got a harpy and 4 orcs. In case you're wondering why I'm kind of seeking out combats here, I really want to make sure we get that pixie's wing. First things first, let's use that allied action. Probably just going to keep spamming restrict shot here in the early going. Let the fighters handle things 2 monsters at a time, and if anything survives to attack us, we're more than likely going to catch them like so with the restrict shot. Plus, by level 5, it's not like Keo and Ricardo are going to need much help with some orcs. As you could see, the experience total is well out of reach for this leveling us in any hurry, so we will have to make some progress if we want to advance level. Let's go ahead, open up. Yellow chest, of course, is locked. Hit that little combination, and we get a helmet. And since we have a bishop in the party, see guys, this is all paying off so beautifully, isn't it? Helmet goes to Agog appraises said helmet. And now we can hand it off again and see if anybody can equip it. Okay, Ricardo's already got a helmet, and it looks like Keo could use one. So there we go. Now Keo's defense is up to 8. I wonder if this shortcut door is open yet. Nope, still locked. And we come to another spot in the dungeon where we get a cutscene. Hear Arg! Suddenly there was a loud cry. As you stopped to see, a hobbit thief came plodding your way. Says, geez, thought I had a new vellum. He looked resentfully at you. Hey, check this out. I thought I found a new vellum, but it was a vellum for a spell I already knew. You gave him a puzzled look. The thief stared back. Says, huh? You mean you don't know about the vellums? Indeed we don't. Do we know about the vellums? No, of course not. I've played the game like 150 times, but that's the point of doing a playthrough series, right? Because, figures, that's what I thought. He grinned, thinking that his anticipation was correct. So he knew we were rubes coming into this. Because then I'll tell you about the vellums. Special spells were created by well-known bishops and witches. Which, by the way, is not a playable class in here as far as I know. These spells can't be made the normal way. That's when you use these vellums. There are necessary materials written on the vellums to create the special spells. After collecting these materials, you can go to the shop and have the vellum spells made. I heard you could find many of these vellums in the labyrinth. Why don't you try to find them? The hobbit thief then looked down at the vellum he was holding. Says, "Oh, I don't really need this. What the heck, I'll give it to you." "Whoa, I'm so nice. And humble, too." The hobbit thief handed the vellum to you, and we got a guiding vellum. "Oh, I almost forgot. Once you get a vellum, you could leave it at the shop. It's convenient because you don't have to carry it around. Laters, bye-bye." The hobbit thief left in a hurry. Well, that was certainly the nicest interaction you could hope to have with a thief in the middle of a dungeon. Gives us stuff and goes away. This is bound, yep, just a simple rogue here. But we'll take it. You know what, instead of the restrict shot, let's go ahead with the double slash. Get a little bit of the gratuitous extra damage going. That was well worth the 30 experience we got. Picked up a treasure chest too, so that's awesome. There's a thief's blood. Check in here, and you remember how before this place was just kinda empty with some boxes? Now there's a bag on the ground, and if you look at the boxes, there's some books. Says, "For the Wannabe Rich, Deluxe Business Plan 100. Was published recently, but seems to have been read countless times. Here's a book on a wooden box. Diary was written on the cover of the book." And before we can get much further, we hear the door slam behind us, and we hear, "Hey, hey." Uh-oh. We encounter this girl here, and she says, "What the heck are you doing in my room?" She goes, "Hey, what the... that's my..." The girl suddenly appeared and pointed at the book you were holding. Her hand was shaking in anger. She goes, "Did you read my diary?" "No, we didn't get a chance." She goes, "Whew, am I glad. You really didn't look at it? Right? Right?" I mean, there's only so many ways we could say no. She goes, "What do you mean?" "This is my room. I don't allow people just to walk in and out without my permission." Little does she know. She says, "Comprende? Then get the heck out." So we're now ushered out by her. You were forced out by her without understanding what was going on. Well, I mean, that's easy enough. We were trespassing. Okay, here's a pixie and 4 orcs. So this is a good shot at those pixie wings. Let's go ahead and set up our restrict shot and put both Keo and Ricardo attacking the pixie. First strike takes the pixie down rather easy. And there you saw the awesome true power of the restrict shot. When they're all just clumsily barreling up at your fighters, take out the whole encounter in one shot. Sadly, no pixie swing there, so we continue onward for those. Let's go ahead and skip the allied action this time. Get a little bit of damage to warm the bogey cat up, and now that we have that restrict shot, it's a lot less scary for us to deal with stuff like this. Not that it ever got the chance to attack. Between that warm-up damage and the normal attacks from Keo and Ricardo, it's down. Another treasure chest. Get a bogey cat's fur and a transfer potion. So we've got ourselves another get out of jail free card as far as escaping this dungeon goes. And here's attempt number 2 at that pixie's wing. Isn't it a thing of beauty, knowing that these orcs just don't stand a chance? The allied actions really do add a whole different element to this. They seem overpowered now, they really do, but I again would remind you that we're a level 5/6 party in the opening half of the first floor of a dungeon. We're gonna face stronger things. It's gonna get harder. There's our pixie's wing. So that's one quest down. Now we just gotta go ahead and track down this monster shop. Oddly enough, we're stopped by a merchant who says, "Come on by, take a look." Says, "It's a cute orc that you can carry on your back or stomach." That's weird on several levels. Have an orc for sale that says, "I's a really cute one." Well, you heard it here first, folks. Merchant says, "Hey, you're new here, so how about a portable orc?" The portable orc, as if they don't all come with their own legs. What? You want to know if you can carry them on your arm? Not really. Man, you're old school. They're not birds, you know. You carry these guys on your body. Rather not carry them at all. You can make it your pet, terrorizer, or just a plain orc. Having an orc in the house is going to be a fad. The orc for sale says, not repeating that. I have a special gift for a limited time. A horn of a monster, I think. How about it? I have other stuff for sale too. Want to take a look? Well, I guess we kinda gotta take a look. Alright then, take your time. Wow, so the orc with special gift is 1,000,000 gold. The orc food dry is sold out and the canned food is on back order. So he says it's time for him to go, just give him a holler when you want to buy something. By the way, I also have a monster shop. It's straight up that path going to the left. Come by if you have time. Well, we have all the time in the world for that monster shop because we gotta convince him to shut it down. The orc for sale says they're gonna take off too. At this point, it just seems a little hyperbolic to say anything is a weird encounter in this game. That one may be top 5 though. At least thus far. It gets weirder. Trust me, it gets weirder. Our wonderful restrict shot takes out that orc, who seems to be portable enough on its own. I will apologize right now. A lot of the humor, especially for this era, didn't age super well. So if this is your first time watching this and you're saying, I can't believe they actually published that in a game, yeah, it was a strange time, the early 2000s. Still not excusable, but it is what it is. Here we come into the monster shop and you hear a man say, "Oh well, there goes another day." The merchant you've seen before sat on a rattling wooden box inside. Gazing at him, your eyes met with his as he raised his head. That time his depressed expression started to become cheerful almost instantly. He stood up and shouted. Goes, "Hey, I remember you. Come on over. This is a monster shop. We sell live monsters that were caught. Then all you have to do is finish them and get their materials. In other words, you can collect the materials you need efficiently. Just think of me as your assistant. Would you like to buy something and check it out? Oh, and just a warning, these guys are really energetic, so be careful. They'll definitely attack you right when you let go. Stay on guard." So which one will it be? Well, we've already got our Pixie's Wing. Oh, let's not buy them. Something weird about that. He goes, "What? You're not going to buy anything? That's cold. Whatever. Stop by again when you have the chance." Okay, so apparently there's no way to talk him out of it if you don't buy anything. You gotta go in and buy something. So we're going through this again. He's sitting on the box. He stares at us. He's happy. Says, "Welcome to the monster shop." Says, "Haven't you come by before?" Let's go ahead with the 3 bogey cats. What the heck. We'll pay the 162 gold. And this should at least give us a little bit of extra experience. So he's going to open the box and the bogey cats jump out at us. Lovely. Again, we'll be relying heavily on the restrict shots here. The monsters get a surprise round. That really couldn't have gone much better. They got 6 shots at us as each one attacked twice, and we took 2 damage in total. So let's go ahead, set up the restrict shot, and then just have Keo and Ricardo attack for all they've got. Now, it's interesting to note that Sarah and Agog don't both have to hit. But if they both miss, the bogey cat gets through and still attacks. Still, you gotta like our odds. If only one hits, the bogey cat's stopped in its tracks. There we go, 2-round knockout, no spells required. Nice little cash in for 165 experience. And we make a good deal of our gold back, too. Well, turns out when we went to get the bogey cat's fur, it was nearly bare and useless as material. Says it wasn't supposed to turn out like that. You gotta take it easier. You glared at the merchant who was trying to give you lame excuses. He goes, "Just kidding, don't fret, I'll refund your money." So the 162 gold is returned, which means overall we made 100 gold there. He goes, "Darn, I thought my monster shop was gonna do well, 'cause nobody has a material business. I had confidence that it'd do well from now on." Merchant let out a deep sigh. At that time you heard a door open from behind you. Here comes an orc. He says, eyes, eyes. The orc's acting hesitant. Goes, "Huh? What's a little squirt like you doing here?" The orc says, "It's almost be my friend's Catherine's birthday." "Oh, Catherine's be a rotting corpse." "Oh, lovely. His friend is a zombie. And Catherine says she be wanting a present." but Eyes got no allowance. That's why Eyes wants to sell these. The orc pulled several broken swords out of his pants. Not much pants there for him to pull broken swords out of, not gonna lie. Goes, Eyes really weak, so humans tease me, so I always gets my swords broken. These swords be broken, but when you throw them, they be fire spells. So Eyes hear humans wants them. Eyes wants to go to town, but there be full of humans. Bad humans. Picks on me. Eyes too scared to go to town. Eyes wants to sells each one for 100 gold. Eyes have 5, so 500 gold. Wills use trade with me? Please? The orc was desperately pleading with teary eyes. The merchant says, okay, I'll take care of you. 500 gold, right? Why don't you hand me those swords? I'll buy them. The orc started bawling as soon as the merchant said he would buy them. Says, huh? Really? Eyes really happy! Okay, that's the most voice acting you're getting out of me ever. The orc, dripping with tears, threw himself into the merchant's arms. Goes, okay, just don't wipe your snot on my clothes. Merchant forcibly separated himself from the orc. Asks what his name is, and the orc's name is Francois. Of course. Says his mother named him, it be a beautiful name. No human name be as beautiful. That's true, no human's name is as beautiful as an orc named Francois. I will 100% agree with that statement. But one day he will be as attractive as his name. Okay, sure. So 500 gold to Francois for 5 broken swords. Says thanks. Now the merchant says, okay, I've decided. I'm closing down the monster shop. I finally got it. I owe it to that orc. I gotta close this place down and get ready for my next business. I'll be opening up another shop soon, so come by then. Catch you later. The merchant left in a good mood. Don't know what on earth happened there, but there you go. Lydia's quest has been completed, and we've got the pixie wing for the other quest. Now I do want to point out, this guy opened this whole big monster shop here, but he left Ricardo, his buddy from his previous party, just kind of laying on the ground there, if you remember that skeleton from earlier. So let's go ahead back to town. We'll take the old-fashioned route because we didn't really face all that much stuff. No reason not to walk back to town at this point. Got another thief's blood. Weird to think that so far the only thing we've lost is 2 hit points. But hey, that's the nature of any dungeon crawler. Some runs are heaven and some runs are hell. Go back to individual action here, let the fighters take care of the slimes, and get a little warm-up damage on that bogey cat from the back row. head back to town real quick before hitting the lodgings or anything. We'll go to the bar. See if we can't just clear these quests out easy. Lydia comes up to us. She goes, "Ah, I was just looking for you." Lydia's expression didn't change, but her voice had much more enthusiasm than before. "I heard he's going to quit his monster shop business. Thank goodness. It's all thanks to you. He'll probably be running around again, but I'm sure that he's probably getting ready to start an honest business. I can finally sleep well at night. I just wanted to say thank you. Of course, I wanted to give you your reward as well. I hope we can meet again somewhere. Goodbye." Got a feel stone. Awesome. 350 experience in a feel stone. The little completed thing there. All the more we could ask for. Right after that comes Lisa, who says, "You brought a pixie's wing." Lisa took the pixie's wing and wrapped her handkerchief around it. Says, "It's just a charm, I know that, but this is all I have to rely on. I'm jealous of you being able to take action. I have to go now. I must gather some nectar before the next full moon." So we get a lapis ornament, 300 experience, and a big old completed sign. So we are 4 for 4 on the old quest list. Let's go ahead and take a look at that lapis ornament. It says, causes one to fall in love, increases luck, and raises one's strength against sleep. Could be equipped. You can see right down here it says can equip, and then you have the first letter of the different classes and alignments. So it can be equipped by a priest, a bishop, or a sorcerer of any alignment. Let's go ahead and hand that over to Sarah. She has that sculpture charm on now, but honestly, we're in trouble if the priest falls asleep. That's our healing, that's our get out of... That's the way we're gonna survive combat. So let's go ahead have her luck go as high as possible. It's gonna hurt a little on offense from her, but that's not really what we're worried about here. We will hand that sculpture charm over, though. First off, I suppose we should... Yeah, because the sculpture charm could literally be equipped by anybody. So we'll give that to Ricardo. Let's go over to the lodgings. Granted, nobody's leveling, but this will at least get our hit points back. Now let's go to the shop. We walk in and our friend Rui from before is here. She says a freshly made magic stone is just so pretty. Female thief Rui was gazing at a beautiful magic stone. Will we talk to her? Sure, why not? She turned around when you spoke. Goes, we meet again, huh? So how's it going? I'm doing pretty good. See, I just got a new magic stone. Saying that, Rui showed off the magic stone she was carrying. Says magic stones are important to us adventurers. I mean, we can't use spells without them. Even sorcerers and priests need magic stones to learn new spells. She says, when I was a sorceress, I used a lot of magic stones and learned lots of spells. I still get excited when I see a magic stone. Of course, now that I'm a thief, I can't learn any new spells. Rui's eyes glittered. I just thought of something. I'll test you on your knowledge of magic stones. This should be fun. Goes, is that okay? Aw, come on. Okay, question 1. How are magic stones made? They're made by... We get our options here of mixing medicine, combining materials, or casting a spell on a stone. Obviously combining materials. Correct. Bit too easy, huh? Just like you said, magic stones are made by combining materials. You can get materials by beating monsters. Stuff like slimes, goo, pixies, wings, and yeah, we know. Bringing them to the shop, they'll combine them and make a magic stone. She smiled, she goes, here's something that most people don't know, magic stone making is influenced by the moon. See, told you the moon comes into play quite a bit here. Depending on the phases of the moon, the magic stone being made may mutate. Remember that it's most likely to mutate under a crimson moon, so when the moon is red, come in and make stones. Says the moon changes phases depending on the amount of time passed. The moon will change phases as you wander the labyrinth. The phase of the moon is displayed next to the status panel. Alright, next question. You can use magic stones to learn new spells, but are there classes that can't learn spells? There are. She goes, that's right. Thank heaven. If you didn't know that, you'd be in big trouble. Common sense that warriors can't learn spells, right? Thieves and ninjas can only master a certain amount of spells. Samurais and knights can use more spells, but they can't use level 7, the strongest level. Best spell users are priests and sorcerers. A bishop could use the spells of both a priest and a sorcerer, but the training they have to go through is pretty rough. Yeah. We'll find out. Alright, next question. What is the use of a magic stone that has a spell you've already learned? It's either useless, you could power up a spell, or you could use it in battle. Well, we've already learned you can power up a spell. Every time you use a magic stone, you can power up that spell. That's right, I see you understand that. Leveled up spells are incredibly powerful. It's important to use it. That ends your quiz. Hey, we got them all right. You'll be a great adventurer, I guarantee it. As a prize, I'll give you this magic stone. I don't need that stone anymore. So she gives us a spleam stone, which, if you remember from a couple episodes back, spleam is the sleep spell. She says, see you later. She leaves the store. Let's go ahead and make some spells. Hand over that vellum first off. And we don't have the pixie's wing, oddly enough. But we do have a field stone we can separate. Can't separate the spleam stone. Let's go ahead and separate that field stone. See what we get out of it. 2 slimes goo. So we'll hold on to our material for now. And maybe next time, if we find a pixie's wing, we'll come back and try and make that vellum. Meantime, let's go ahead and exit the shop. Use that spleam stone. And let's go ahead and save up. So a decent little adventure this time. We knocked out the next 2 quests. Found ourselves in possession of our first vellum. And took a little quiz on magic stones. Hopefully you're enjoying the playthrough thus far. Next time we'll do a bit more action and a little bit less talking, hopefully. In the meantime, this has been a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming, hoping you're doing well out there, and hoping to see you in the next.